Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you to present this webinar regarding how we sustain our growth and how we make a synergy with integration of energy industry with FM facility management approach. This is the journey that I will propose to you. A quick introduction of our business and the industry, a brief focus on energy performance contract. We will jump just after to enhance how we create a synergy with the energy performance contract and the facility management. And we will conclude with how it might be the adding energy generation on the top of that. So, for the introduction, first of all, let me introduce Enova company briefly. So, Enova is the joint venture between Rachid and Veolia. Rachid has been founded in 1992. He is the leading of shopping malls, communities, retails, leisure, and across the Middle East region, as well as Africa and Asia. Veolia is one of the world leader when it comes to optimize the resources, waste, water, and energy. As I said earlier, our core business is split on two business lines. The first one is the facility management, where we perform the operation and maintenance of the asset of our client on different facilities. It might be shopping malls, airports, retails, and so on, whatever. And the second business line is the energy management. So we have a strong positioning when it comes to energy efficiency and energy performance contract. We perform and we have this positioning on the whole value chain from the audit until the implementation of energy conservation measurement with performance-based contract, which means that we are committing in terms of savings. So, energy performance. So, this is a typical journey when it comes to energy performance contract. First of all, we are making the field measurement and the asset survey. The purpose is to walk through the facilities to understand much better what is the metering plan, to be able to understand what is the behaviors of the building. We complete, for example, usually the building it has its own building management systems. We try to see if the data available in the building are enough to allow us to understand better how it works. If not, we can also add some IoT, some smart metering, and so on. We keep this assessment for a certain period. It might be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in order to collect enough data. And after that, those data will allow us to establish the baseline either on electricity or on water. We agree this baseline with the client, which gonna be our references in terms of savings. After that, we are identifying what we call the ECMs, Energy Conservation Measurement. Those ECMs is all the action that might provide savings for the client. It might be ECMs with investment or without. So we put all those ECMs in a business model. This business model will give us some commitment in terms of payback, in terms of savings, and how it might be the capex and investment from the client. So when we agree those commitments with the client, we sign the EPC, and we start the implementation of those ECMs, and we are carry out the implementation from E to Z, which means from the procurement side until the commissioning. Also, in parallel, we can also either invest or sometimes on those ECMs, or we can bring some partnership that might be invest in this on those ECMs. After that, we have two services that will launch in parallel. The first one is the operation and maintenance, and the purpose is to keep those ECMs that has been implemented by our team on the best level of works and so on, with predictive maintenance and so on. And the second phases is what we call M&V, measurement and verification. And the purpose is to keep on track all the consumption as well as the production to make sure that our commitment will be achieved. And based on the agreement with the client, either on a monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis, we are providing what we call the M&V report, which is the proof that the commitment in terms of saving has been reached. Some success story and regarding the energy performance contract, we did the first energy performance contract with Ras Al Khaimah municipality. This is a commitment for 5 years. In terms of electricity savings, we commit for a little bit more than 800,000 kilowatt hour per year, and more than 1,060,000 gallon year in terms of water savings. So the overall of the expected electricity consumption and water decrease is 31%. Another project, which is SASO, it's the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We performed this project with Rachid, which is the super ESCO in Saudi Arabia. The facilities is 10 buildings. We have 3 offices, 1 laboratory, and 6 annex buildings. The commitment in terms of savings was quite challenging. We are aiming 30%, which is reflected by reduction of the footprint CO2 by 4,500 tons per year. There is a lot of challenges in this building. As you see, there is laboratory, which means that the harmonics issue are there and so on. So we propose some ECMs on that matter. So regarding how we create the synergy, also another journey on how we create the synergy between facility management and energy management. So the first stage, as I said earlier, is the audit. The audit is very important, and it's fully normalized as we are following the highest standard in the world, which is ASHRAE. We start with ASHRAE level 1, which is just an asset survey. This asset survey will give us the global view of the global saving that we can perform. The stage after is to perform the ASHRAE level 2, which is a deep audit on facilities, and randomly speaking, it might take between 2 and 4 weeks, and for the big facilities, even more. As I said earlier, we put, in addition of the existing BMS, we put some data loggers, some smart meters, and IoT in order to have a full and comprehensive view of all the technical assets. And the outcome of this audit is the ECM, energy conservation measurement. So once we agree with the client for those ECMs, we jump on the implementation phases. And the next stage is MNV, measurement verification, with a near real-time monitoring of the asset, allow us to make sure that all the committed savings will be reached. So far, just as global figures, we have already connected more than 26,000 data points in our HubGrid. HubGrid is our smart monitoring center where we are connected all our contracts, either monitoring or EPC, and we have shared services of skilled people, analysts, and auditors. So, and of course, in parallel, we perform the O&M, operation and maintenance, with continuous predictive and corrective maintenance. We keep the synergy between the HubGrid teams, which keep on track the site when it comes to the energy efficiency, and our arm on the field, which are our operational team. So to go deeply in this relationship and how we create a value on that, also I will drop you on the typical journey of the HubGrid. So once we have a new contract, we configure all the site and we have all the data connected to the HubGrid. By the way, all our softwares are cloud-based and compliant with the high recommendation and commitment when it comes to cybersecurity. We have skills on the HubGrid, which are energy analysts. They define on the systems the commitment, and they set the commitment in terms of savings as well as production and so on. They put some alarm on the top of our SLA, and if is there any drift, any abnormal situation on the field, we have directly the information of what happened. Some of the alarms are already pre-qualified, which means that we know, for example, if we have some issue on the flow or something like that, it's generated directly a work order. This work order will be sent automatically on the PDA of the technicians. Some of other alarms are not pre-qualified because those alarms need some additional analysis and human intervention. So in that case, the analyst will carry out this alarm. We'll have a look. We'll check with the operational team if it is something normal or abnormal. If not, he also at the same time send a work order to the technician directly to their PDA. The technician will acknowledge the alarm. He carry out the issue. He close it, and after that, it's come back to the HubGrid, and HubGrid team will check if once the problem has been handled by the team, if the drift or the issue disappears. So this is a virtuous loop between our shared services HubGrid with the analysts and the IoT and this all digital tools, and our arm on the field, which are our technicians that are on daily basis managing the site and the operational maintenance. So just a brief focus also on the HubGrid. This is, you have some photos there with the real HubGrid, the tangible one. We have we monitor all our performance on the HubGrid on, as I said, on near real time and the real time sequence. We have all the KPIs, all the commitment, and all the SLA has been set on the HubGrid. We have also through the HubGrid, we are putting also some improvement, continuous improvement activities. Of course, we are targeting to reach our commitment, but obviously we through the HubGrid and the data, thanks to the data analysis and the digital, it allows us also to propose during the O&M and MNP period, more and more new energy conservation measurement that we can propose to the client. Of course, and last but not least, one of the main thing is the transparency. In that way, all the dashboards that are used by the HubGrid team are fully accessible by the client, which means that anytime using his smartphone, tabs, laptop, whatever, he can have the access. He can have the access to all the dashboard, and he can follow all the activity that we are performing. We have also around the HubGrid a set of digital solution. Some of them are application like the O&M application, the capability also of the client to put their request directly on the PDA. We also have a packageable solution when it comes to waste management. And the last services that we just launched is the map. We did it on 2 malls so far. The purpose is to give to the guests and the occupant of the malls the full visibility when it comes to the comfort, which means temperature and CO2 concentration. And obviously, on post-COVID situation, this is also a transparency that we give to the client and the guest, that the site, the malls, and so on are well maintained, and the air quality is very, very important for us. So another services that we are providing is drone inspection. When it comes to the drone inspection, it's not only matter to make the record of the building, but it's real global services where we are performing the high definition record of the building plus the thermal imaging. So combining both, it allows us to provide to the client a comprehensive report with what might be the leakage in terms of thermal leakage on the building, plus some proposition to fix it. And we can also work on the envelope of the building to reduce this leakage. And we can also assess how it might be the savings, expected savings in this, if we take this action. We also have smart glass services. This is services that really was helpful and valuable during the COVID. The purpose is, as I said earlier, we are established on 7 countries in this region, and these services allow us to share expertise between different sites. For example, we are performing the operation and maintenance of Ski Dubai, and we have another asset in Egypt, Ski Egypt. So the expert of Ski Dubai can share their expertise with our team on Egypt. So it's freehand smart glasses. We can use it by voice, and we can use it also when we would like to make a walkthrough audit, which means that our HubGrid team can be connected remotely with our technician in the site, and we can guide them to perform a walkthrough audit. We can use it also for the troubleshooting if is there any issue on the field and the technician needs some technical or some expertise from the head office. Virtual reality, we start on the beginning of this year, and we launched it for 2 main topics. The first one is the HSE awareness for our technical skills. It makes the journey, and it makes some simulation of some field risk more tangible and so on, and we can make a nice assessment to make sure that our technicians are quite aware about our standards and our commitment when it comes to the security. We use it also for the training. Of course, instead of to just show to our technical team some slides explaining how we handle air handling unit or chillers and so on, we put them on a virtual reality situation where they can handle the asset by themselves, and also we can make the assessment of their skills. So now I would like to share with you one of the success story regarding the solar project. This project that I would like to share with you is with the TCOM group, and the site is the Dubai Outsource City. So enjoy the video. So just also a brief journey when it comes to how we deliver our renewable energy project. First of all, we meet the client and we try to understand quite well their challenges in terms of sustainability, ability and efficiency expected. We make the feasibility study to see how it might be the potential in terms of electricity production that we can expect, and any other technical issue. We make the design of the systems, we deliver the project, and we do the operation and maintenance of the plant during all the committed period. We have also one sister company performing the recycling of panels. So this is also big added value that we have. We are providing a turnkey APC, and we are closing all this loop of renewable energy. In terms of business model, we are providing a mix of business model. The first one is the usual one, which is the PV plant, solar PV plant ownership, which means that the client will invest on design, build, and operation solar plant, and we are performing the execution of the project itself as well as the O&M during an agreed period. The second model is the solar lease, which means that the client will invest. We provide the full services, and at the end of the contract period that has been agreed, the facilities goes to the client. The last model is what we call the PPA, Power Purchase Agreement. This model is Enova will own the plant. We will finance it from A to Z, and we provide the electricity to the client with a discounted tariff based on the existing tariff. So which means that the client will not invest at all, but just commit in terms of consumption. So that's it from my end. Hope that this webinar allow you to understand a bit more this business, and obviously I'm waiting for your question at the end of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rachid, Hamida. That was a really great presentation on the integration of energy and the facilities management approach. Now we have some questions from the audience. The first question is, does this EPC model, does it work in the existing labor camps or the old buildings as well?
Yeah, this EPC is, we perform it for the old buildings, including all the facilities on the buildings, including the staff accommodation, of course. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. The second question is there any special software used to do the energy efficiency audit and reports, or it is just a manual calculation?
Obviously now, as I said during the presentation, that the digital is take more and more place in our day-to-day activities. In terms of when it comes to the audit, we are using I would say a set of software. We have the first software is for data collection and the asset survey, where we are using a PDA to assess the equipment, the installation, and the assets. After that, we have software to calculate all linear regression and make some correlation. The second one, when it will be requested by the client to have a better view of the behavior of the building, we can make what we call the building modeling, energy building modeling, and there is this engineering dedicated software for that. Yeah.
I see. Wonderful. Okay. There was one very important aspect of your presentation, which was about the smart glasses. So what would be the initial cost of the smart glasses, and are there any recurring operational costs associated with using them?
Yeah, so first of all, the smart glasses that we are using is a professional one and fully industrialized. I would say that a pair of smart glasses is currently priced around $1,000 US. In terms of recurrent cost, there is no recurrent cost because our technicians are already equipped by internet connection as well as video call software. And by the way, new technologies are entering the market every day, and they are getting cheaper and cheaper. However, this investment is minimal if you compare to the cost of flying over expert from E to B, covering a flight, visa, hotels, and so on. And one of important thing, it's also a much more sustainable approach.
Okay, so do you expect any major changes in the job market? I mean, once the smart glasses are widely used, because then, I mean, this might change the whole paradigms of looking at things, of having the skilled people at different work sites. So how will it impact?
Yeah, yes, as I said in the presentation, of course, for the company like Enova, that she has plenty of branch, plenty of offices across GCC. It's allow us to share and to cross experience between several people. It might be for one single issue that might happen on one facilities, and it required some support from either head office or also another operation teams.
Okay, that's really great. Now coming to the solar power generation, the Shams Dubai, which is the rule and the regulation forming body of DIVA for the solar power, currently we believe that there is a rule, there is a guideline which says that the power which is generated in one plot through the solar system cannot be wheeled or cannot be put into the system and used at some other plot. It needs to be used in the same plot again, even if it's a credit or a deficit of the account. So how it will act as a disincentive for any entrepreneurs who are interested in investing in the solar, and how, if the rule is changed, that this can be changed and this may boost the investment in the solar power projects.
Yeah, as far as Enova is concerned, this limitation doesn't affect us as our, I would say, the size of the PV solar plant that we are tackling in our business is fit totally different. So we are starting from 200,000 kilowatt peak until 2 megawatt peak. Per plot, I mean. So we already perform for 5, 7, and even more on several plots. And I would say fortunately we are lucky that this regulation fit exactly our range of the project that we are used to perform.
I see. Okay. There is one more question from the audience, which says, how does the safety come into play with regard to an integrated approach of the energy and the facilities management?
Again, please.
Yeah. How does the safety come into play? Or probably the question, if I elaborate what I understand, what we interpret is that how much of safety criteria is being considered while integrating the approach of energy and the facilities management?
Okay, is it safety of the people? It means, yeah, security.
Safety of the occupant. I mean, safety of the operatives and safety of the occupants and safety of the system as such.
Okay, excellent. So, first of all, the safety, I would say, purpose, we are tackling it on both sides. On our operation team to give them all the materials and all the skills, induction, training, and so on to be safe, and also to keep other people safe. This is a must at Enova. When it comes to our operating facilities, of course, the main thing, in addition of the daily operation, so far we had facing a lot of requirements from the client when it comes to indoor air quality, for example. And we are using our digital platforms and so on to follow up on real-time CO2 concentration and so on, not only for the I would say comfort purpose, but also for the healthy. This information is fully transparent. It was before available only for our main contractor, but now we are making it available also for the tenant, the guest, and so on full transparency. Like that, people that are working on the malls and so on, they can know exactly what is the indoor air quality, for example.
Okay, that was very interesting point about the indoor air quality. How much from your experiences you say that the awareness is lacking or available among the players in the market, the people in general or the stakeholders in the energy efficiency market, the awareness of indoor air quality, because it is not really given so much of importance as it should be given.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is a valid point and very important. Of course, it starts on some particular. I mean, the awareness starts on some particular facilities where this issue is mandatory to be quite well managed, like hospitals and so on. But step by step, we received some requests, for example, from the schooling. We are managing the multi-technical and facility management of Lycée Français of Dubai, French School of Dubai, and it was one of the requests because when, for example, the CO2 concentration is quite high, it generates some I would say, fatigues and some exhaust on the kids and the students. So step by step, it became more and more important. And definitely we are included on our offers. And I agree with you that the biggest challenge is to keep this balance between the efficiency in one side and the quality of the air in the other side.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Does Enova offer any technical training?
For the time being, we are offering technical training in-house because we are more than 3,000 people. This training we are do it for several levels, technician and also engineer. For technician, for the induction and how we manage the asset facilities, and for the engineer when it comes to how we perform the audit and so on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Rachid Hamida. It was really great having you with us today and giving a very wonderful presentation on the integrated approach of energy and the facilities management. Thank you so much again.
On behalf of Enova, I thank you to having me. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yes.